Hi everyone. This is my third movie in my tutorial. I've had a mod import hairs into DragonAge. And so, the last two videos I showed you the programs and where to download them. And in the previous one, I showed you that the hair needs to be in a certain, has to be placed in a certain area, like on top of the female's head, as a reference point for the program. So that's what I've done, and using Blender, scaling, rotating, and moving the mesh around, I've been able to put it into fit it nicely on top of the head of a human female. There are two more things I have to do in Blender before I can export it, and this will be explained in the next two videos. So, it's nicely placed, and the next important thing we have to do is add the bones and weights to this hair. For those who don't know what bones and weights are, it's basically what the animations use. Like for example, a hand giving a thumbs up, or the neck moving from side to side. That's an animation, and the animation uses certain bones or um, and weights to pull the neck in a certain direction. I could probably, well, for example, I've imported one of the vanilla hairs, this one right here. Right, there we go. So this is one of the vanilla hairs on top of everything else. It's a bit weird, but just for show. Over here, here are the bones that the vanilla hair uses. There are 6 bones in total. Let's select bone 1, and when we select it, the whole hair is selected. So bone 1 is associated with the scalp right here. So when the scalp moves, this hair moves along with it. What about bone 1? I think that has to do with maybe the neck or the lower area. Or it's just not used at all. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So bone 2 will only animate this part of the hair. Everything else isn't selected. And when we go into weight paints, which is another thing you can look up in Google or something, you can see this is highlighted right here. And the rest is all blue, as you can see. The colors range from blue to red in weight paint, and the blue stands for there is the bone has no effect on the areas that are blue, but as it gets from light blue, green, yellow, orange to red, it is more the bone has more influence over that certain mesh. I think that's all I'm going to get into now about bones and animations. They are important. Look them up in greater detail if you're interested, but some hairs require them depending how long you want them to be. Longer in the back or something requires more bones and such. So if you want more help on it, you can always PM me for more questions, and maybe I'll put up another video about this sort of thing. But anyway, let's move on with this tutorial. So we've got 2 hairs, the vanilla and the one I'm going to port. So here in this window, we want to click on this thing right here and go to scripts window with the lovely Python right there in the window. Click on scripts, go down to object, and click on bone weight copy. I like to put the quality at 4. Whoops. Oh, okay. Well, first, what you need to do is go into object mode. You can switch between object and edit mode with the tab button on your keyboard. Gotta love hotkeys. And you select the vanilla hair, the one with the bones, and then you select the one without the bones, which is my hair mesh. Then you go into scripts, object, bone weight copy, quality of 4, and press OK. Now as you can see up at top, there will be a loading screen. See, you can already see a bit of the color. That's basically importing all the bones and animations into the other hair. And it's going to do its best it can. It's because it's not like, these are 2 different hairs as you can see, but it will try and give a certain, it'll try to extrapolate and such as needed. This is going to take several seconds. I think about this point I'd like to say, I'm sure as you've noticed by now, but I do not create these meshes. I do not create these textures. It's just a simple port. So credit should go to the people who have actually created said meshes and said textures. No copyright infringement intended, and yada yada yada. Oops. So I think what I will do is I will stop the movie now, because once the bone weight copy is done, I can show you in the next movie what it's all about, and then I'll be moving on to face orderings, or ordering faces, whatever order you want that in. So thank you for watching, and happy modding.